Hello everyone, this is Terry from Yankee Gaming TV, and we're officially back with our review of Yokai Watch Academy, or Y Academy. Today is episode 4's review. It came out 2 days ago. Yesterday I went to Setsucon, so I was gone a majority of the day, so I was unable to record it right then. Or yesterday, so I'm recording it today on Sunday, and it should go up sometime in the afternoon or evening. Because I'm kind of busy because I have to do my Pokemon review and a couple other little things. But I want to touch on something before we dive into this episode review. I will be doing a couple Yokai Watch themed videos during February. The first video I'm going to talk about here is about onryo, and I'm going to be just covering the origin of this particular type of spirit, because it's a little bit different than a typical yokai, and I had been asked by a couple people to cover it, and I didn't have time this month to really work on it, so I'm going to research into it, and I should have that done. And someone has pointed out to me that I should do my top 10 ladies of Yokai Watch and top 10 guys of Yokai Watch videos, since we're entering February, Valentine's Day season. Yeah, I was told I need to do this, that I am being forced to do this, but I think I'm going to just do top fives of both, and then if those videos are successful, maybe next year I'll do a top 10. Because as you know, the series is continuing to grow and develop. I'm assuming we're going to get more high quality characters, but into the episode review now after all of that stuff. This episode 4, is called Mess Note. If your name is written, you become a mess. Or Gesu no to Namai Oka ka Retara Gesu ni Noru. And the English translation of the episode name is pretty much spot on. It's really well designed. The first thing we realize that is amiss as we enter the episode is it's like in Inazuma 11. I almost had to look back at the video I was watching on Daily Motion saying, oh snap, did I accidentally click on the wrong episode? Did I click on something else? Because I clicked into like the first like 15 seconds of it. I'm like, why is the soccer? I'm like, I love soccer, so I don't mind. But no, someone decided to do a Inazuma 11 themed opening portion of the segment. Jinpei Jiba tried to score a goal in soccer, but Sakata Hayato, yeah, I think that's who it is, kind of cut him off, like completely cut off his shot. And while they're having a gentleman's agreement for soccer, he is a very humble soccer player, but we see this shadowy figure writing into a notebook, and I'm like, is that you writing into the Death Note, sir? Is that you writing something into a Death Note? Or light, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I was just saying you, referring to the character themselves. But this notebook corrupted this honorable soccer ace, who Pence, our boy Jinpei, surprise, surprise, he's wearing the cute frog boxers, the equivalent of what Motaro was wearing in this last episode. I thought this was kind of funny, like the parable that Junpei, I think, said something along the lines, well, I thought your underwear was cute, dude, and I like frogs, so I bought the same boxers or the same briefs. I thought that was well-timed comedy. It was a good way to refer back to the previous episode a little bit, or to a past episode, in a way that is not like purely flashbacky. And Sakata, or Hayato-kun, then decided to juggle Junpei, like by kicking him on his knees several times. And that is something that is no good. And then he decided to taunt our boy. No one puts our boy in the corner or in the net. Even though he was kicked into the net. No one does that to our boy, though. So Junpei kind of just shakes it off. And after we see the taunting done by the soccer ace, we transition to the only character that matters. I'm kidding. She is not the only character that matters, but a majority of my viewers will say she's the only one that matters. Fubuki Himekawa. And Fubuki basically gives us a small flashback, which I'm not gonna say the flashback was well placed or not, but it is a good way to bring people up to speed if they missed last week's episode. She now can become a Y hero, or a yokai hero, because she now has a yokai partner, or a onryo partner, and a YSP watch. We basically get a small replay of the scene of her and Natsuki, who is sadly not in this episode. And I'm so sad about that. But we do get a lot of cute scenes this episode with like a lot of different characters, so it's okay. I just like the way that that Fubuki's holding her medal and her watch up, because it's like, hey, look at this. Please look at this. Notice me. And after we get that little flashbacky stuff, we pass. Trying to remember the kid's name off the top of my head. The guy with the purple in his hair. I want to say it's Masuo Natami. Yeah, it's Natami-san. And he seems to be acting a little bit different. Like, you can even tell from his face and his gestures compared to when we saw him a little bit earlier in this episode. And then we transition to a guy writing into a notebook. And there was this other boy, Ayumu Kema-san, or Kema-kun, who was getting interviewed by a bunch of people. And then he soon began acting like he was a complete mess. And he basically attacked his interviewers, which was not good. It was the opposite of good. And then we are shown the GS notebook off of Motaro's smartphone. And we get a really cute little scene of Junpei saying, well, if it's another fight, I got this one. Like, I'll do it. And then Fubuki kind of like jumps into the frame saying, you can't forget that I exist, or that I'm now relevant because I have a watch too. And it looks like she's like pushing him off screen, like by her positioning, that he's still kind of shocked about it. And Motaro goes into all Conan mode. And when I say Conan mode, I mean like Detective Conan mode, where he's pondering, thinking about what else is going on. So they go to the library and visit Gotou-sensei, who, this is his first appearance. We are then exposed to what the GS notebook really looks like. It is a pretty, I won't say low level, but medium low level onryo that corrupts people, making them a mess. So the Light Music Club, or the Music Club, was attacked by it. and everyone ended up running out of it because the person that was corrupted or possessed by the onryo began scratching their nails on the chalkboard. So everyone decided to make Junpei-san the most popular boy and that he'll have a fan club. Well, Fubuki suggests it, which leads to other things that will probably be shipped later by certain people. I know who you are, and you're probably going to comment that you're already shipping Junpei x Fubuki. I know someone's going to comment that. But we get another shot of the glorious Netami-san, of him just kind of smirking or looking kind of annoyed because Motaro's actually useful. He found out everything. Him and Momo confirmed the fact that Natami legitimately has the GS. So they chase Natami outside, and then everything goes downhill because Mirror and his body double onryo, I think it's Kazuma Shishiguro or Gudo, then decide to play wheelbarrow motorcycle, and then they're pretty much gone for a little while. And we get a shot of Junpei like trying to push Fubuki out of the way, and we could say that he's protecting her, but in reality he just wanted to chase down the guy with the notebook. But his name is then written in the notebook and he gets Nakey. And Momo trusts the protect and protect stuff so that we can have pictures up here. And Tommy-san gets ready to write more names down, but everything is kind of counteracted when we get a Gotou-sensei flashback of him in the young GS, before the GS was corrupted into an onryo, of him writing his thoughts and feelings in the notebook, and that caused it to become a onryo to a certain degree. But they find out that when you erase names from the notebook, they become normal people again. And the notebook, later on we hear that the notebook believes that Gotou-sensei threw him away, which isn't the point. I believe Goto says, "You are not garbage. I would never throw you away." It sounds like someone accidentally threw the little notebook away, but everything was messed over by a certain teacher, Haruhiko Usumizawa, which people still think she's good. I don't know. Gesso Notebook, or Gesu Noto, becomes Gesubaida and starts to cause trouble. I was gonna say begins causing trouble, but trouble was already had. The spider form looks kind of neat, and Kingo Benimaru gets his butt kicked a little bit. Mirror and his onryo show up getting ready to help, but they're caught in a spider's web. Now it's time for Fubuki to be the star of the show, which is amazing. Her transformation sequence is really good. I mean, I like Kingo Benimaru, like Junpei's transformation sequence. I feel like both of these are much better than the Fudomio one. And when I say much better, it's just we constantly saw the Fudomio transformation. Even seeing the Kingo Benimaru transformation as many times have we had so far, it's a smoother looking transformation that takes a little bit less time and allows us to have a little bit more action. So Fubuki becomes Kuraku Lady, and she does Time Bind, which by far is one of my favorite attack names in all of anime. And the reason for that is it kind of flows off of your tongue smoothly. Time bind, and it can probably be used in all languages without much of a need of like rewording. Because sometimes when you have cool sounding attacks like Crimson Bladed Slash or Crimson Serrated Slash or something crazy like that, you have to completely reword it. For localization, at least with Time Bind, it's simple and easy. So, Clock Lady summoned tiny clock ladies. They trap the spider's legs, causing the spider to fall down, and causing us to win as Gesso Spider becomes normal after a Kingo Benimaru Slash. AKA Fubuki set up the win con. And then we get a nice little scene of Gotou-sensei and Noto-kun becoming friends again. Goto says something like it was a mistake that you were thrown away. It was like all happenstance or an accident. We are then shown what seems to be a Kyuubi hero, Noto-kun, Getsunoto, like all of those medals. Which begs to differ that the onryos, like the corrupt forms or I won't say evil forms because they're not 100% evil. Like they're dark. I guess I can say evil forms because they kind of are. That those forms will still be relevant, like fully relevant later on. So yeah, the episode was great. I still don't know what I think about Haruhiko-sensei. I like the introduction of Gotou-sensei. I think he might play a role later on. I feel like introducing characters the way this series has been a relatively smooth process. I don't think anyone introduced that's a side character won't be coming back or won't be relevant later on, except for maybe Ayumi. Because we've already seen Akane like 2 or 3 times, so Akane's kind of relevant, but at the same time, she might just be Shadow Drop, like a character that's just there to be there. But it is nice to know that background characters exist for a purpose and aren't just there to be there. Also, I want to point out that the soccer coach guy kind of looks like an Inazuma 11 character. I'm not sure if that was because level 5 is level 5 or if he's being designed to hint at something later on, a potential crossover episode of sorts. But I do want to thank each and every one of you for watching this. We are getting really close to 500 subscribers, so I want to thank each and every one of you for your support. I want to thank all of our new subscribers as well for their support. I'm going to keep creating Yokai Watch content as long as the series is around. We'll cover the good, the bad, the ugly, from stuff like Zudomaru to stuff like Fubuki clones, to stuff like we'll cover just about anything Yokai Watch themed. So I do want to thank each and every one of you again. I know it sounds redundant, but your support does matter to me. All of your comments, your likes, your suggestions, your video ideas, I do take stuff into account. So thank you all again. I hope your week is full of positivity and happiness. Bye bye.